warm welcome to each one of you. I'm Sultram, and I'll be your host today for Refresh Mindfulness. That's our well-being program at Juniper Communities. And today we're streaming to you live from Juniper Brookline in central Pennsylvania. In our Refresh Mindfulness classes, we use some breathing exercises to focus the mind. We do some stretching and some gentle movement to energize the body and sometimes relax it. And then finally we share in reflection. We reflect upon some beautiful questions that raise our spirits. In this way, we connect to ourselves and we find out what's going on inside, but we also connect to others and find out what's going on around us so that we can really engage and have a fulfilling life. So thank you for joining me today to do this mindfulness practice. This whole month of March, we are learning from nature. And today in particular, we're celebrating the magic of air. Air that gives us life with every breath in and out. And also air that could be a delightful, refreshing breeze. There are so many ways that air permeates our lives. So, calling upon that old fifth dimension song, let's go up, up and our way, up and away in our beautiful balloon. And we are actually going to use a balloon today. Or if you have a ball, about this big or even smaller, a ball or a balloon. And if not, we will use our minds and imagine. So thinking about how we breathe, I brought a bellows. This is the way we bring air to a fire and stoke the fire with the oxygen. So today I'm going to suggest that we use it as a visual aid for our breathing. So let's take a deep breath in and expand the lungs. And then exhale and relax. So breathing in, we get bigger. And breathing out, we come back to center. And one more, let's breathe in. And out. Now let's check out the bellows in our own body. Let's feel them. So putting one hand on your belly and one on your chest. Breathe in through your mouth and breathe out. Breathe in through your mouth and breathe out. Breathe in. Expanding those lungs, and breathe out. So that's air that comes in and out of the body. And how about just using some captured air in a balloon or a ball, or even just between your two hands? That's what we'll do next. So I'm going to go to the back of the room so you can get the whole body picture. Okay. If I do anything today that's not comfortable for you, please skip that part or modify it. If I'm making a great big circle, you might just make a small one. If I'm working with a balloon, you might just work with your hands or put your hands together and pretend you have a little ball or a balloon that's nice and light for you to play with. So the first thing we're going to do is stretch out the neck. So we're just going to take this balloon and let it rise up, up, up. And stretch the front of the neck by looking up. And then follow with your eyes the balloon as it goes down all the way to your knees. Let it sit there for a moment and stretch out the back of your neck. Really release any tension that you might have there. And bring the balloon back up. And now it's going to move to one side. We're looking to one side. Stretching out the side of the neck. And then allowing as the ball or the balloon floats to the other side, stretch out that side of the neck. And then let's have the balloon go around, and we're going to follow it with our eyes, making a nice big circle and reverse, just to rotate the neck a little bit. And give the neck and shoulders a little break, because our head is about 10 pounds. But we have a beautiful architecture in the neck that really supports our head. Now let's rotate the ball with our fingertips. If you don't have a ball, just moving the fingertips like this would be fantastic, feeling every joint that you can. And if you have the ball, let's rotate it the opposite way. And then we're just going to rotate the hands around each other. And then the other way. I call this rolling the barrel. And now, spread your arms out. And then we're just going to make the wrists go up and down. And then around in a circle. And then around the other direction. Just stretching out luxuriously, opening these joints, giving them a little bit more space, and a little bit of lightness like air. And now palms up, tap your shoulders with your hands. Tap, tap, tap. And next time you tap, stay there. Stay there. And we're going to make little circles with the elbows. If it's too difficult with the balloon, just set that down between your knees and go freestyle. And now bring the elbows together, curve your back, lower your head, and then inhale, open up, and exhale, close down and back. Inhale, open up. And as you do this, feel your spine undulating, flex in one direction, bending back, and then come to the center. Putting your ball or your balloon on your lap, or just putting your palms on your lap. Sit tall. Make contact with the floor with your feet, contact with your chair on your seat, and then reaching towards the ceiling with the top of your head. And then from your hips, lean forward as far as is comfortable, and then lean back, still keeping a straight spine, very tall. All of this is hinging at the hips. Rocking motion, and now we'll rock to one side and rock to the other side. We'll do that a couple of times. Again, we're still warming up the body. And now we're going to put that all together and make a great big circle. Forward, side, back, side, forward. Let's keep this direction going for one more circle. And now we're going to reverse. Go back the other way. We're using the same muscles, but we're using them in a different direction. Just another way of opening up. All right. Now, putting the balloon between your knees, squeeze, just pulse. Without a balloon, just the knees go in and out. And now squeezing the knees together as much as you can. Tap your knees or your ball with your palm of your hand. Pick a nice rhythm, one that you like. Get that circulation going. connect to your knees or the ball. And stop that. Rub your thighs a little bit. Rub your arms. Enjoy the contact. And now put your balloon on your knee, your hands on your knee, and raise your knee. Stick out your foot, extend your foot, your leg, and rotate. Rotate your foot. And then to the other side. Now we're going to do a waterfall, a great big circle. Yes, that's good. And now come the other way. This is like more like taking a shower or being under the waterfall. And now just feel the lightness of air. Whether your hands are empty and you're just purely holding air, or if you have a balloon or a ball that you can toss. So air allows us some opportunities for fooling around. Okay, we're going to put down the balloon or the ball. And we're going to do something with our minds. Let's use our minds with our bodies and our breath. We're going to use our imagination. Albert Einstein said that imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagine that. Because knowledge is limited, he said, but imagination circles the world. Imagination is limitless. In our imagination, we can go anywhere, do anything, be anybody. So let's use that amazing capacity that we have to imagine that we're flying. Let's copy our friends the birds. This is a snowy owl. And this owl, you can imagine, is up on a branch high in a tree looking for dinner. And then comes down. Sometimes I've seen them coasting down. They're not even flapping their wings. They're just floating down on the air. And other times, of course, they're going up, and so they're flapping. So we will raise our arms to the side, and then let's imagine we're just going down, floating down from the treetop, down to the ground. And now let's go back up. Maybe we're just flying through the sky. We're trying to get somewhere in particular. Maybe we're going to a lake where we could get a drink of water. And now I would like to just do kiting, just soaring on those thermal, uplifting, warm air currents. You've probably seen the hawks circling in the sky. It's that kind of movement. And now, let's have smaller wings. And we're just going to flap again. And then land. And now, let's go to one of the biggest birds that we have, at least in the United States, which is the eagle. So opening the wing spread of the eagle and then bringing it back. Opening it up and bringing it back. One more time. And you know that term spread eagle? Spread eagle is like this. We're going to do that. So first let's open and close the legs. They're extended. You're using a hip joint for them to come back and forth. And maybe you just want to go this way. Maybe you just want to use one foot. All of that is an option. It's completely up to you. And now we're going to open. So now we're completely open. Maybe we're more like a skydiver at this point. And come back. Open up. Come back. Open up. And come back. And shake it all out. Whew. So the last bird motion I would like to do has to do with turning the head. Our friend the owl can turn its head 270 degrees. So that would be turning the head and being able to look back over the shoulder and back over the shoulder. We can't go quite so far, but we'll go as far as we can. So not taking a nice deep breath in, sitting tall. We're going to exhale and turn the head as far as comfortable and take a deep breath here. Using our lungs and our bellows, and then come back to the center. Okay, again, taking a deep breath, sitting tall. And we're going to turn to this side. And come back. This time let's add a little more of a twist. We're going to not just turn the head, but the whole body from the hips. So putting your hand on the outside of your thigh, sitting tall. We're going to turn in that direction. Maybe you can go a little further than when you were just using your head. And come back to center. And now the hands go on the outside of this thigh. And turn. Breathe into your belly, your chest, and come back to center. Lovely. I'm coming up closer so that we can do our reflection together. So my question for you to reflect upon is, what are some things you like about air? I asked this question in my class last week, and one person said, I like that it gives me life. Someone else likes that a warm breeze can be fragrant and you can smell the flowers. Or maybe the feeling of lightness, being able to even fly with assistance. Maybe you love flying. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon? I have not, but I imagine that it's pretty thrilling to get that kind of a view, that kind of a bird's eye view. Maybe we like the air because we can watch the birds flying, or that we can see into the distance. Sometimes we use the word air in a phrase, an idiom. And I'm going to mention some of them. We might say, oh, I'm full of hot air. Meaning, I'm not talking sense. I'm just talking. Or, if I'm an airhead, I'm not so serious and maybe a little wacky. a little flighty. We might talk about getting a breath of fresh air and literally stepping outside or opening the window to have a breath of fresh air. If we are doing this, if we're on radio or television or we're live streaming, we might say we're on the air, and then when we're done, we would be off the air. If you are walking on air, you are really happy. You might feel light as air. And something might appear out of thin air, or it might disappear into thin air. These are some of the ways we use air in our language. So I hope that this has brought a little bit of uplift to your day, just like the balloons, and just like the song, Up, Up and Away, in our beautiful balloon. Have a great day. I hope to see you again. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye for now.